Now, Tom, I've got a question for you. We've got two of the biggest stars coming back this year. I saw this on MMA Fighting, and I thought it was quite a good question, so I wanted to pose it to you. We've got two of the biggest stars coming back this year. And I've got a very simple question.
Bones and McGregor.
Bones and McGregor. Jon Jones is back next week. Conor McGregor is back later this year. Simple question. Out of those two, who has more to lose?
Bones.
Really?
Yeah. Bones. Yeah.
Really? Why?
He's the GOAT.
Oh, you're just saying it.
He's the GOAT. I'm just saying it. It's been doing the rounds lately.
You've always had an issue with GSP, and I don't know what it is.
It's the Johnny Hendricks fight.
What, the fight he clearly won? But okay. We should do a watch along of that fight.
Perhaps we should.
Yeah.
It's also the Bisping win, the way he came back, he dodged Tyron, who seemed to be a tough matchup at the time.
And then he didn't defend it against Whittaker?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Absolutely, Joe. That sticks in the mind. Whereas
Whittaker versus GSP, my God.
I know. I know. He also deprived us of that. That was a little bit weak coming back for Bisping.
All right. Anyway,
moment of time. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Bones is the go. Bones is the go. Bones is the go. I'm just saying it. All right, and he is.
I think fatal.
Yeah.
Oh, he's daring to be great.
He's been flirting with this heavyweight. He's been flirting with this for God knows how many years now.
Oh, someone posted this. I think it's 11 years. I think Kane was champion, and he was teasing it.
All right, and what about if after all those 11 years he finally does it and he gets absolutely smoked? Finished in a minute. But come on, Joe. What would that do for Jones's position in the GOAT discussion? I think once that happens, you're then like, all right, Dom Reyes, Thiago Santos. You start totting these things up. The whole thing outside the ring.
Yeah.
Conor's already fallen so far.
But the thing with Conor, though, is that, like, if he loses to Michael Chandler, like, that is, I love Chandler. We love Chandler on this podcast. He's one of our favourites. We love Michael Chandler. But Conor, in terms of, like, I'm the biggest star, I sell the most pay-per-views. He loses to Michael Chandler after losing twice to Poirier, losing to Khabib. We're not talking about that cowboy fight. That was not a fight. That was a promotional tool for his next fight. That wasn't a fight at all. The nonsense with Mayweather, not fighting, never defending a belt. I think,
but he's already he's already in that position. He's what you've just said. I've already written him off. You just confirmed it to me. You just tot all those things up.
Fair enough.
Does it are we talking about? Is there any legacy? Does McGregor have a legacy now? Does he have?
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because one of the arguments that they made on MMA Fighting was, when he beat Alvarez, like a couple months after, if you did a list of like the 20 greatest fighters in the history of the UFC, would McGregor have been in the top 10?
Yeah,
probably. Beat Mendes, Aldo.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Unified the two belts, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, also the fashion in which he put away Alvarez in the division above.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Joe. If
Flawless.
Aljamain Sterling goes up and does that to Volkanovski.
Well, Volkanovski to Alvarez is not a one-to-one comparison, but still.
No, I will acknowledge that.
Yeah, I guess so. His standing has fallen, because like if you did a top 50 UFC fighters of all time, McGregor would he be in that list?
We're talking about like skill for skill.
All time, skill for skill, achievements, everything. He'd make your top 50.
You start to consider the star status, what he built from that, the whole, all the nonsense that's gone along with it, and of course his name is
but he has so many asterisks. He has so many asterisks, and I guess what you're saying with Bones is that if he loses to Gane, those asterisks are confirmed, whereas now it's kind of like, well, he hasn't lost really, so...
Joe, let me introduce one more thing about Johnny Bones Jones.
Yeah.
Now, one of those asterisks is the PEDs.
Yes.
All right, there has been a notable drop-off in Jon Jones since USADA became the machine that we see it is today. Now, we all know about hiding under the ring.
Yes, which he confirmed, which is mental that he did that, but go on.
Well, that's how hot he felt, in that moment. That's how assured he was. But then...
hold on. No, he did that after getting into a Twitter spat with Adesanya. And he got into a Twitter spat with a guy who's clearly much better at the internet than him. Should never have gotten in there. Never gotten in there with him. Anyway, continue.
Well, yeah, it's basically that then it's like, okay, with the greater spotlight shone on his use of PEDs, he then comes back, steps up a weight division after a 3-year layoff, and puts away Ciryl Gane. Oh my lord, amazing. He loses to Ciryl Gane, confirming his deficiency without that level of PED support that he perhaps had been receiving. And you consider how he looked against Thiago Santos and Dom Reyes. Yeah. I think Jones has got a lot to lose. I'm really excited about that fight. I am excited about that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so
more
many...
excited than Chandler McGregor.
Okay. Fair enough.
Am I alone in that?
No. What, you mean more excited than that? Well, also it's next week. So yeah, you should be more excited for it than Chandler McGregor. But if overall you could only watch one, it's probably going to be Jones Gane, isn't it?
I hope so. The day that I say McGregor Chandler, I think
come on, man. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun.
It is. But we are, we're aficionados. We play a bit of the hype game, Joe, but we're realists here on Hold On, I'm Talking Brother.
Absolutely. Anyway, listeners, we'll be back next week to preview UFC 285, which is headlined by Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane for the vacant heavyweight title, with a co-main event of Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. Listeners, I'm going to ask for it in the comments of this pod. Leave your predictions of what you think is going to happen in that fight, and any interesting ones, which I'm sure will be all of them, we will read out next week and break down further. Tom, thank you so much for joining.